for 43 years. I coached athletics for 48, so I'm used to projecting my voice. And he's right. Michelle asked me to speak because I came to this program kind of in a unique way. First, I came as a participant, and then I stayed as a coach. During COVID times, what's that? Okay, well, I got to get my speech so I don't forget anything. I brought my speech, but I wrote it up. Just a short speech, so don't worry. Just a short speech. Don't worry, it's in large print. Oh, wait a second. I can't read. Oh, sorry. Whoa. It's upside down. Sorry. Now we got it. So, I came to this program, and during COVID times, I woke up at 11 o'clock one night, just shaking. I was just shaking. And I couldn't stop shaking. So I got up, I went to the bathroom, and I stopped shaking. And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. I've stopped. As soon as I would lie down, within 5 seconds, I was shaking again. I'd get up. I'd stop shaking. So I went up to the recliner. I sat down. I shook. I stood up. I didn't shake. So at midnight, after an hour of hoping that it would go away, I finally put myself in my vehicle and drove myself to Bangor, which I don't advise doing if you have this tremors. If you have tremors, don't drive. It was, by that time, it was 12:30 at night, so there wasn't much traffic on the road. I managed to get to the Bangor emergency room, and I checked myself in. And of course, when I get to the emergency room, I'm standing up. So, Miss Lily, what seems to be the problem? I can't stop shaking. But of course, I'm not shaking, you know? I'm sure I wasn't shaking. So I spent 15 hours in the emergency room, shaking, unless I stood up. And you know what? You know how tiring it is to try to stand up for 15 hours? I was exhausted. And finally, at the end of 15 hours, you know, the neurologist said, Miss Lee, we think you have Parkinson's, so we're going to put you on carbidopa levodopa. And when I took the medication, the shaking stopped. But of course, to see a neurologist on an appointment, I had to wait a year to see the neurologist. So I took the carbidopa levodopa for a year. And when I went to see the neurologist, you know, he's doing all the testing and he's doing all the stuff. And he goes, Miss Libby, he said, I don't think you have it. I'm like, you get, really? I said, when I took the medication, it went away. He said, no, I want you to go home, and I want you for the next 6 weeks, I don't want you to take any of the medication. I'm going to tell you what, I was scared. I was scared not to take it, because I was like, God, this is going to come back. This is going to come back. And luckily, when I went off the medication, it didn't. But by this time, I had joined this wonderful group. I had a good friend who saw an article in the Ellsworth American about Rocksteady, and she came to me. It was another teacher. She said, Doug, I think you ought to check this out. And like everybody up here says, I didn't go for 3 months. It took me 3 months to get the courage or gumption or whatever word you want to use. It took me that long just to go. And Michelle came up, and when I walked in, I introduced myself, and we talked, and she said, do you want to join in? I said, no, I'm just going to watch today. I'm just going to watch. Well, I watched for 10 minutes. That was it. That's all it took. It took 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to join in. Do you have a pair of gloves? Yeah, we got an extra pair of gloves. It was such a welcoming group. Such a welcoming group. And I felt so good. And they laughed at my jokes. No, we didn't. We did not. And they loved my singing. And that was it. I decided to come back. One of the hardest things I debated when I was told that I did not have Parkinson's. It was hard to go back Because I was scared that this group, I was going to tell this group who suffers from this affliction, that somehow I had lucked out. And I really didn't have it. And I thought, how are they going to take that? You know, that, geez, here this guy, look at him. He lucked out. We didn't luck out. And they were so good. They were so welcoming. And said I could stay with the program. And Michelle came up and said, Doug, you coached all those years. Why don't you think about becoming a coach? I said, I'll do it. I'll do it. Very rewarding to work with this group. And laughter, you notice the laughter. When I taught school, my philosophy was a classroom that doesn't have laughter is not a good classroom. Not a good classroom. That person that doesn't laugh is empty inside. That's empty. We love to laugh. We laugh every class. We laugh. You don't realize how much laughter is when I tell a joke. That's a good joke right there. Okay. I think everyone needs laughter, especially people who are afflicted with anything. Parkinson's, cancer, MS, I don't care. You are already struggling. If you don't laugh, the struggle gets even harder. These people have enriched my life, enriched it. I always look forward to going. They work extremely hard. They work extremely hard. If you know anyone with Parkinson's, you tell them to get their butt to rock steady. Because once they come, they will stay. Thank you very much.